that means it's time for our monthly, well, analysis. So in this month, Sue came up with a challenge by, okay, make a bouquet, but the bouquet, well, has to be exist about from not only from paper but also from chrysanthemums. Paper is a beautiful mechanic to work with, but like chrysanthemum is always, we have something in mind that chrysanthemum is it's like a very like common flower, but it's not. Chrysanthemum has so many possibilities. It's like, or color wise, think only about colors. What kind of color has or flower has so much colors? So this is like, okay, I want you to join. I want to make that also interactive. So if you have anything to add or you have some questions, please drop them into the message and we are really happy to answer. So in the meantime, Shireen joined me and I'm gonna invite her to join me. And here we are, we have Shireen. Hello, Shireen.
Hi, Thomas.
It's so good to have you on our monthly talk about how we gonna, well, what we actually do, we just gonna analyze, right? Anna's
Yeah.
design, and not only on colors and not only saying, you know what, it's beautiful. We dive to really way more deeper. We're gonna talk about the colors, how the colors are kind of interact with each other. We're gonna talk about the form, the shape. We're gonna talk
The
about,
question.
yeah, we're gonna talk about so many things. And the good thing is like we have the designer with us, and I'm gonna show her that's Anna. So Anna already won in the past, but once again
Yes.
she won. And I have to say, wow, what she did. And not only about color, but what I love this time is how she taught about the process. You can see she was really, really involved into the process. And you know what? The outcome came with it. It's a nice side effect. If you are so focused
Yeah.
on the process and how things all comes together, it's normal. It's naturally the outcome is there, right? So I'm so
Yeah.
looking forward to talk with Anna. In very short, Shireen, for people who are new, introduce yourself. Very, very short. So, and then we can go on.
Hi, my name is Shireen Estan, and I'm a coach with the EMC education team, and I enjoy sharing and help all the interested floral designers to elevate themselves in their knowledge.
Yeah, well, this is our goal with EMC, isn't it? It's not about EMC, it's about what we can do for the students. We're gonna put them on the next level, and it's up to them to grow, right? We can give the
Yeah.
tools, we can give the means, we can do everything what we want, but eventually it's about the student. But we know we have everything in our power to help the students to reach that next level. What do you think? Are we ready to invite Anna? Right? We're gonna
Yes,
invite
I'm
her
good.
because I'm so curious about. Okay, I'm gonna put her on the right. Hello, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hello.
A good. Well, for us it's a good afternoon. For the States it's a good
Hi.
morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, you know what I'm gonna do is like here we are again. It's like
Thank you.
yeah, once again, I once again I love it. I just love it. I just love it. But you know what? It is like you deserve it. You totally deserve it because I love the design. I just talked to Shireen. It's not only about the design I love, but more about the process that you have like an idea and then it's okay, you're not going like, yes, you have an idea, you have an outcome, but you see the process towards the outcome before you even started it. So that is so cool. And maybe let's dive a little bit into that because we are always so focused on the outcome, right? People are
Yeah.
not, some people said we don't want to know the process because you know what, it takes too much work, and you know what, it's like we don't want to go there because we want to get it now, right? We want to play with flowers. Don't go too deep. But actually, if you go deeper, then you discover the magic. Then you discover how can you put something totally different on the map, right? So in here, Anna. Okay, well,
Yes.
first of all, what we're gonna do, let me show your beautiful design. And here it is, right? So I just put it like whole screen because I
Wow,
love it. I just
this is
love it.
big.
Yeah, you know what? Those colors are stunning. Those colors are stunning, and you even did a color kind of palette, but that's for later. So in here, what we see lots of chrysanthemums. We see even a gloriosa, by the way, one of my favorite flowers. But okay, that's something else, right? But we also see you make a combination with the paper, with the lemons, with the flowers, texture wise, form wise, and so on and so on. So it's really interesting to dive into it. And I'm going to show you um, the picture like over here. And then I'm going to show you also the color palette. That's the color palette. But once again, that's for later. I'm going to put the picture a little bit smaller if that's okay with you. So then we know what we're
Yep.
talking. I'm going to put that one away. Okay. So I think we're all ears. And you know what? I once again, for the people who are listening, for the people, we are live. So it's your opportunity to ask questions to Anna, to Shireen, and to myself. Whatever you want. Is that okay with you, Anna and Shireen? Can I
Of
ask
course, no
questions?
problem.
I think, and that's the whole reason we are live, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shoot your questions because we have the three experts and live, right? Okay, so Anna, I'm gonna start with you. Okay,
Yeah.
tell me about the process because we are so thrilled to hear your vision about
Well,
that one.
I designed this bouquet for this challenge, and when I saw their chrysanthemums, I was a little bit I don't know if disappointed is a big word because it's not my favorite flower at all. So I thought, what type of chrysanthemum can I use so I enjoy making this bouquet? So I went for the Santini and the small version of it. And I looked on the web shop and see this assortment with greens and mint greens and whites, and it immediately made me think about this cocktail that is called mojito, and it's something that actually sparked all the idea because when I was in college I was a bartender and I was preparing cocktails. So this is something from my background that I put inside this bouquet. So also I wanted to give the feel of cool and fresh, and because of this I wanted to something that was going to make us think about ice, and that's why I use those cones, those triangles, because they are actually make me feel think about icebergs. And the color palette is chose because of the cocktail mojito. Also, I wanted to make a statement, and I used that Gloriosa because I chose to work with these flowers in a pave style because I think that texture-wise they look very good if they are masked and placed like this. And I wanted something 3D, and it's all about contrast of forms, round versus the triangles, and the flat versus the 3D of the Gloriosa. And this is how everything came together as an idea.
Well, okay, now, well, what we have to say, okay, you want to start, Shireen, on that input from Anna, or should I start?
Um, I just want to, have a comment that is so brilliant that you really look outside of nature or everything. Just, get the inspiration from a drink, which is really wonderful. And that color palette is just beautiful. It's so soothing, especially in summer. That's the
Mhm.
very appropriate, Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. We're on the same page. But I'm going to be a little bit deeper. Well, first of all, once again, thumbs up for what you did. Um, and I totally agree with Shireen. It's like is inspiration is everywhere. Believe me, it's everywhere. But it's up to us to see it. And what happens nowadays that people are looking for inspiration by kind of, well, copying or going to the same medium. So what we do, most of us as a designer, and this is something that we are really teaching in EMC, and I'm happy because by the way, I'm looking forward to see you in Bruges.
Me
Anna.
too.
So I'm
Can't
really
wait.
looking because we dive so much deeper into that theory. But the problem is like we are all in the flower business. So what we do, we look only in the flower business to get inspired. So what we do is like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna look at some examples, some designs from Anna, from Shireen and from Keith and for everybody, just to get that right
Mm.
information. But it's not about that. The nice thing is like you saw the mojito, and yes, I don't know if you took the picture, but
No.
maybe it's like from Pinterest or whatever. I don't know where you got it.
Mhm.
And this is how we work also as event designers. As an event designer, sometimes I just pick some ideas and then everything comes together. So, in short, the inspiration comes from everything. And the best inspirational things comes from outside your own business because your
Mhm.
approach is so different as you shown in my in my arrangement. I would say because I'm so happy about it. It's almost I just call it mine. So wrong, so wrong. No, I love what you did. It's like it's so beautiful. But also it's like it's also nice that you explain step by step how you come to the end result because you were thinking, okay, I do not like the flowers, but on the end what happened, you liked your little chrysanthemum, your little babies, right?
Yeah.
You cannot dislike this, right? Because you make
Mhm.
it to your favor. And also what happens in this is you said you were very aware it's not only about the flower. You're very aware and you said it. I work with different forms and shapes. I work with paper and the lemons and I put and so on. And you were working with tensions with different kind of elements, botanicals. And you know what? What I do like, what you did is like you didn't combine them, right? You merged them into each other. So what we
Mhm.
have to do as a designer, and that's if you want to talk magic, you have to start merging your elements. Like that, well, my favorite kitchen is fusion food. Once
Mhm.
I will never forget. I was in Singapore. They brought me to I'm, you know what? I'm a gourmet. I love food. Well, I'm Belgian, right?
Me too.
I'm Belgian, and right. If you're gonna be in Belgium and for the advanced class in September, we're gonna show you some really good restaurants. Not that you don't
Oh.
have them in your country, but okay. By the way, I was there in Singapore. They brought me to a restaurant and that fusion food with flavors with everything was mixed. I was talking with a chef and he said, it's not about the product, it's about what you do with the product and how you just put them together. So this is something that you really did a stunning way.
Thank
The color palette. Let's dive a little bit more in that one because what I don't see, and you have to explain me why. You have to explain me why, Anna. I
you. Yeah.
see a red dot, and I don't see it on the color palette. Why is this?
Where? What red dot?
The glory.
The red Gloriosa
Oh, the
Roxardiana. I
red
don't know which.
gloriosa. Yeah. In the bouquet, I don't know if you can see it. There are some stipa. There is some
Oh,
stipa that is peach.
okay.
So that's the bridge between the yellow that you can see there in the center of the flowers,
Would
and
that work?
also
Or just I'm gonna put that one big. Is that works? Right? Do we
yeah,
see it
you
better?
have
Okay.
the yellow that is in the center of the gloriosa, and
Mm-hmm.
also I bridge with the peach from the stipa and go to the orange that is from the gloriosa, and
Mm-hmm.
that's on the other color of the color wheel from this palette with green and turquoise and that thing. So it's yeah, that's my reason why I chose it.
Aha. Okay, now, okay. And yes, once again, what you did is here you played with colors, the magic of colors. And I have to say, people start, well, you know what? Actually, colors is the strongest visual language we have on this planet. If you can work
Mhm.
with colors, oh my gosh, you can communicate whatever you want. And working with the opposites, if you go on the color wheel, you see the greens, and on the other side of the color wheel, you get the reds, oranges, right? You create a big tension. And then, actually, also what you did, you created a focal point, a focal area.
Mhm.
And I have to
Focally.
say, for the people who are listening here, we have a nice surprise because I'm gonna start with a totally new workshop series, and that
Mm.
will be for September. And guess what? The first lesson, the first workshop that I'm gonna give calls innovative thinking on color. And I'm gonna give you a little bit like an insight about, well, actually, I'm gonna talk only about three things. And this is something that you can see really clear in this. I'm gonna talk about hue, and the hue is here, you know, it's the blues, the greens, the yellows, the reds. I'm gonna talk about saturation, and you see the saturation of those chrysanthemum. They're very, very high. Look, they're almost fluorescent, right? And also, I'm gonna talk about the value. So, meaning is like you have tints and shades, you have darks and lights. So, look at those dark green chrysanthemums. Look at those really almost white green slash white chrysanthemums. So, this is something I'm gonna reveal how we work as a designer. But okay, that's for later. That's not the issue. I'm gonna put that one away. Okay, here we're back. Okay, so once again, that is so smart that you play with the red, because you know what, you break it total. You make a very kind of opposite. Well, how do you say your message is well received, right? Because if you only do it on a mojito, you know, it's nice, it's cool, it's subtle.
That's what I was thinking because it was a challenge.
Uh-huh.
And to win the challenge, you can make something like a statement, you know?
Yeah.
And all the time I observed that all the time when you make like contrasts and things like this, they're much more, I don't know if you say appreciated, but they're striking
Yeah.
and they remain in the mind. So that's what I wanted to do.
Yes. And you know what?
This
With
is
regard,
why I chose it.
it's in very simple. All what you said, I can put it in two words: visual impact. It's all about
Yeah.
that. That's the
Mhm.
key. That sometimes,
Yeah.
and sometimes I see on Facebook, it's like people said we miss. It has to be stronger, and I said, guys, really ask first what is the purpose, right, of
Mhm.
making an arrangement. Do you need a big visual impact or not? In this case, that's why I asked you the question. You created like a visual impact because you said
Mhm.
I want to put something that people sees, and meaning a visual impact. It means it comes quicker. It's more
Mhm.
well. It's more aggressively, right? If that is
Yeah.
a good word. I'm trying to kind of translate
It's
the
in your
Dutch to
in
the
your face,
English.
you know, the expression in your face. This
In
is
your
the
face. That's the one.
yeah.
That's the one. Okay.
Hmm.
So, Shireen, what's your take on this one?
I just love she added the Gloriosa because it's also added value to the whole design, not just the visual impact. It is really like, as you say, you leave an impression
Yeah.
to with everybody with this design. And I enjoy you explaining the process as well. It's like how you think of the ice cube, and then the colors of the mojito and all that, the contrast, the shapes, the triangles,
Hmm.
and then the rounds of the chrysanthemums, and the softness of the petals. It's all
Hmm.
add together, everything. That's why the outcome is so wonderful and so aesthetically pleasing.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And I want to add something. It's like You know what? Of course, it's a little bit too early about to talk about this, right? But Anna already knows about flowers because you were in the EMC foundation class and the practicum class. We divide kind of a flowers to kind of category. We can say
Mhm.
they're decorative, they're vegetative, and you know what's so beautiful? All the flowers, 90% of the flowers chrysanthemum are decorative,
Mhm.
controllable, and you use 10%, ta-da, the vegetative gloriosa. So not only on color wise, you use a whole different kind of flower. So that means it was lifting up the chrysanthemum, and the chrysanthemum were lifting up the gloriosa rotsodiana, which is very, very smart. And
And it's
that's,
something else. The stipa was not used only because of the color to bridge, but also because it adds softness. Because we have those edges that are very sharp, and I need something to soften up a little bit. So that's why another thing. That's why I chose
yeah.
it.
Texture also, and it's we
Mhm.
always start with color. And I know color is the, like I said, is the strongest visual impact we have on this planet. But we have shape, we have form, we have transparency, we have texture, we have answer, we have so much elements. So it's like composing like a song. The more notes you know how it works, the more intriguing your song will be. And then you know what, on the end you will develop your own signature, and that's so beautiful. So
And
yeah,
another thing is, you don't have to always play with lines or, go big and go crazy about all those elements, but you concentrate on the contrast. And I love
Mhm.
that sometimes it's good to take a break from all the constructions or
yeah,
whatever, but just enjoying, the contrast, which is the main part of, what you are doing, right, for this
Mhm.
design
right,
with
Yeah.
two required element materials, paper and chrysanthemum.
yeah. You know what? It's like what I have to
Yeah,
say. Seeing your arrangement, Anna, is I said to myself, okay, she can communicate because she knows the language of design. Meaning,
yeah,
you know how to play with your botanicals in a certain way, in a certain order, like symmetrical, asymmetrical. You know how to express by using decorative and vegetative flowers. You know how the character is really close, but you'd add some transparency, some very small transparency with the glorosa. Your proportion is horizontal, your growing point, and
Horizontal.
so I can go on and on and on, but okay, you know them, right? So, but I'm just saying that for the viewers, there is so much to discover. And if you don't know it, you know what? You're not looking for it. But from the start, from the moment you know you get the means, you can start to communicate through language. You know what? Tell it. Well, you can tell it, Anna. So isn't that kind of intriguing? The more you know, the more you want to go deeper. Or am I the only person on the planet thinking this?
That's true. The more you know, the more you think that, oh, I know so little. I have to discover a lot of things and to go deeper into every subject. Sometimes it's scary, but sometimes it's intriguing and exciting. So yeah,
Well, you know
it's
what?
nice.
Well, scary and not scary. So I'm so happy this I'm more on the same page. I'm still learning every day, and I'm so happy that I don't know anything yet
Mhm.
because there is so much to discover. And you know what? That habit is like a growing mindset cannot go back to the old dimensions. And you know what? Because you want to get more and more, so you want is you go deeper and deeper and deeper. So and
Yeah.
that's the way, and that gives you the passion and the drive to go on. And that's one of the reasons if you go for education, that means you get the tools to find out. Because if you have to find out by yourself by trial and error, right? Okay, once it will take you so much longer, right? And two,
True.
do you have the method to do that, right?
mm.
So
Mhm.
I'm so happy with the result, Anna. And once again, okay, there are the hands, there are the applause.
Thank you
Okay,
very much. Thank you.
so if I'm looking for the comments. Are there any comments? Laura, by the way, Laura also, we had Laura so many times also
Mhm.
on the live. She also won several assignments. Hello, Laura. Welcome. Diana says, brilliant. Wish she would show them more. Yes, we are looking forward to see more of designs. I think that's it, what you mean. Christy says, yes, texture, tension is all about that. And I totally agree. By the way, of one of the workshop sessions I'm going to give will be also about tension, about visual impact. Visual impact, so key. Yes. Diana, just a side note, I love how Anna's fingernails match the color harmony. Anna,
Yes.
show me. Oh my gosh.
I'm neon green.
You're in the green period. Oh no, honestly, you did them. I didn't saw it. Oh, Diana has an eye. Yes. No, I didn't saw it. Okay, you just especially for the design, or you it's that
No, but
but
they
a
were
little bit.
turquoise before the when I made the design, and now they're green. So
Yeah.
yeah, end of the summer, I have to have all the summer colors because after that it's going to be dark.
That is so cool. Really, that's an eye for detail. That is like
Yeah.
that makes it. Okay. Good. Well, you know what? I think we're there. Shireen, do you want
Mhm.
to add something? Because I see we don't have any questions. Do you want to add something besides a big applause?
And I'm so happy to see you grow into a very conscious designer. And this is what we are looking for to help you to become who you are today. And I wish you best of luck in Belgium. You are going to love
Thank you
every.
very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go. Woo,
Yes. Well, and like
very excited.
Christy, Keith, Diana, and myself, we are already now so much and hard, and we are working hard to make it happen. And it will happen. COVID is okay, and the hotel is okay, so we're already like making the plan. We go to Paris. We have red soiree evening. Oh my gosh, so many things to do. So okay, so I
Paint the nails red.
then oh yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. Well, you have to wear something red, so we will see
Yeah,
what we
yeah.
will do. Okay, go. Thank you very much. You were awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the live, and we are looking forward for, well, next time. Okay.
It was a
Yeah.
pleasure. Thank you very
Please,
much.
Okay.
thank
Bye bye.
Bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Inspiring